All right, we are live. Merry Christmas, everybody. My name is Chris. This is We Love Comics, and I thought I would do a couple of unboxings for you guys in case either you're by yourself or maybe at work or maybe even with your family and you need an excuse to get out of the room for a little while because they're talking politics or things that make you uncomfortable. Thought I would do a video. I have basically hundreds of packages that I have yet to open over the years. So I have four of them I'll do some unboxings with because my Christmas, um, I can't say it's pretty much over, but my wife is in the kitchen. She's making some homemade chocolate chip cookies. And like I said on my video yesterday, all of my family live outside of Florida, so no one will be visiting. So it's just me and the wife. We've already opened our presents and everything. And I thought while I'm waiting for the cookies to do a video for those that need it today. And I hope even if you're not with family, you're happy and you're appreciating the fact that today is a day, so where everybody gets together, or the fact that there's love. So even if you are right now at work, you know be kind to your fellow employees. Even if you're home alone, maybe you have some animals with you, do what I did. All the stray cats today outside got some better quality food that I give the inside cats, and gave them a bunch of snacks and stuff like that. So as long as you have the spirit of love and kindness, that's what Christmas really should be all about, is giving and not receiving. So, I want to give this video to you guys. So as usual, while I'm waiting for people to come into the live chat, there may not be many today because of the fact that it is Christmas and people are with their families. If you want to join the live chat and leave your comments, whatever they are, I always do a surprise subscriber shout out at the end. I did post the link to my mystery boxes, even though obviously if you order one now, you can't get it before Christmas unless you're preparing for next year. So you would absolutely get them before Christmas. That I can guarantee. But I have a special that I'm doing until the end of this year. So until New Year's, if you purchase any of my mystery packages, which is anywhere from each package has 20 comics in it. Um, there's a basic package for $25 up to a platinum package, which is 5,000. If you make an order between now and New Year's Eve, you'll get an extra bonus comic absolutely free. You don't even have to ask for it. So the link is in the description. It is also in the live chat. So if you want to click on that, just scroll all the way down to the bottom until you see the comic book section, and just go from there. Let's give a shout out to my Patreon members. If you want a shout out every single video and you want to support my channel and the cats that I take care of every day, you can go to patreon.com/we love comics. There is no minimum to get your name up. So let's give a shout out to Sith, Michael B, James R, Dan L, Herbert R, Annabelle N, Jason B, Kim N. And then the last two both have Instagram. So if you have Instagram, follow Scott at Scott WU077 and Silver Age Surfer _comics. If you follow them, just tell them that We Love Comics sent you. I'm sure they will appreciate anybody following them. So if you join my Patreon, and again, no minimum to join, but if you don't want just your name, like I showed for most people, if you want me to shout out your YouTube channel or one of your social networks, or maybe your eBay store or something, just let me know. peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. No problem with that at all. If we can get to 20 people, we're up to halfway. We're at the 10 um, paid member Patreon number right now. If we can get to 20, I got some giveaways I want to give away, so you could pause that and check that out. Again, no minimum to enter, but you'll get one entry for every $2 that you put in. Still trying to make some trades with the comics. You could pause that if you have any of these or know anybody that has them. And if you want to contact me and trade, save yourself thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars in taxes, you can contact me with that. So let's put on the video camera. I got my whole Christmas beard ready to go, dressed in red. We got Super Neil. Hey, long time no see. Super Neil, good to see you. Merry Christmas, he says. Merry Christmas back to you. I hope you are enjoying your day. So I have four packages. Again, all of these have been on my shelves for some of them for years. This one, I'm not sure what's in it, so we're going to find out together. This might be one I ordered about a month ago and just forgot for whatever reason to label it. So I think I might know what this one is, but all the others are labeled. And as usual, I will tell you the prices I paid for them, any significance of the book, because you guys know I enjoy collecting key issues, whether you do or not. You know, it's up to you. Gary Hahn is here, says Merry Christmas to everyone. So hopefully, if you're one of everyone that's here, you can say Merry Christmas back. Here's a little tip that most people may not know about. On the labels, see how I cut my name out? You can actually use that as a return address label when you are sending out any kind of, package to somebody if you're selling stuff or just regular mail. So instead of just having to write out your address, you could just literally tape the return label. So you could literally take the label that's mailed to you, because a lot of people use the eBay labeling. So they'll just print out your whole address. You now have basically, depending on how you order, unlimited little mailing thing. So a little tip there for people that may not have thought about that. Makes it a little bit more personal. Okay, so this is what I thought it was. All right, they did not put them in bags and boards. That's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. I mean, if the worst thing is I have to put them in bags and boards, I can deal with that. But that potentially could damage the comics, delivering them this way. It is what it is. They were lower grade books, so it doesn't shock me that somebody did this. But yeah, the corner got bent a little bit. What are you gonna do? 'Tis the season. I've actually wanted these books before. This one's kind of a throw-in, even though it was included. So this is Captain N Game Master, issue number 1. It's from Valiant. I don't know if that's based on a video game. This one's in pretty bad shape. This is Adventures of Super Mario Brothers, issue number 8. This is probably a 2.5, but I knew these were lower grade. Then we have Super Mario Brothers, issue number 3. It's kind of got like a cardboard stock, but you could see some color breaking creases. Then we have Super Mario Brothers, issue number 2. Probably in the 5.0 range. I don't know if this would be considered a newsstand variant because they have that, but it says Kmart. This one has actually the original price on it. Then we have the Super Mario Brothers Special Edition. Well read. Coupons are intact. White pages, so that's good. Comics for Nintendo players. This came out in 1990. And then last but not least, Super Mario Brothers issue number 1. They definitely did not take care. This is almost complete spine split. And that's because they put it in the mail without bags and boards, because they did not say it had that kind of spine split. But is what it is. Nothing I can do about it at this point, but it's definitely not worth what I paid for it. But you can't win them all. So I paid in total $119.98 for this set. Don't think that's worth it in that grade, especially now that the cover is almost completely ripped off. So bad job on the seller doing that without a bag and board. But it is what it is. Oh, and I wanted to show really quick. Two of the things my wife got me as Christmas presents. There's a couple other things, but these are the only things that are comic book related. So I got a bunch of these, but she got me one of the BCW, the graded comic boxes. And then this, I didn't even know they had these. There's one that's for a long box. So again, it's by BCW. So it's the hard shelled long box for comics, so I'm going to switch out my best ungraded comics and put them in there so it's easier to find them. But I thought that was pretty cool, so that was really nice of my wife to do that. So if you got any comic book related presents from your spouse or your friends or your coworkers or your family, put it either in the live chat or in the comment section if you're watching it later. Let's see who we got in the live chat. We got Seeking Superman. Good to see you. I don't think I've seen you here before. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your day, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, whether you have family or not. To me, like I said, it's all about as long as you just enjoy the day with somebody, even if you're by yourself, if you have animals, they need love too. So as long as you have somebody in your life, even if they're not there with you, you're never alone. So, all right. So this one's a lot better wrapping. They put like regular cellophane wrapper on this, but hey, as long as it's protected, that's all I care about. This I got, it was sent out April of 2021. So you can see some of these books have been on these shelves forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. And if you know where that's from, put that in the live chat or in the comment section. See who knows their music trivia. So if anybody wants to put in the comment section what they're doing today or what they're about to do, share that with the group because I'm sure, you know, people, at least in my comic book community, really enjoy having conversations with one another. Bronze Age, the Bronze Page Comics says Merry Christmas. He's here. Welcome. Hopefully you are all enjoying your day and regardless of what you're doing. All right. So this one, just dropped my pen. They said this was in pretty high grade, and I would have to agree. They said it's about a 7.5. I think it might end up higher than that, but I would have to be graded. I'm glad I got this, and I bought it years ago because I always buy things, knowing that things will eventually happen. But this is Avengers number 25 with the awesome picture with Doctor Doom in it. Now, look at this. This is from around 1968. Look at the colors on this book. When I bought it, and I wrote it specifically, the seller said that they thought this was about a 7.5. I might definitely have to get this graded at some point. I would agree it's at least a 7.5, probably higher than that, especially if you do a pressing. I mean, for a book that old, the colors, especially where it says Enter Doctor Doom, that book is beautiful. Oh, Gary says wife is recovering from surgery, so we are doing absolutely nothing today. Well, considering she's recovering, and I hope, with a quick and painless recovery, sometimes not doing anything is the best thing. So, everybody give a little prayer out to Gary's wife. I hope you're doing well. So, shout out to your wife. And it's glad that no, I don't know what the situation is, but hey, you're spending the Christmas together. That's all that matters. So, Super Neil says it will be my second, third, and fourth cousins later this afternoon. There we go. Big family gathering. Chris Barron is here. Welcome. Says Merry Christmas. I used to have that Avengers. Yeah. So let me ask you guys, and if you guys want to participate, because I want to get people used to knowing values of things. Now, obviously, we know Doctor Doom is coming to the MCU, so any basic iconic Doctor Doom cover is going to do well as far as price wise. Now, you're talking high grade. Again, I'd have to look at the whole entire book, but this person said it's at least a 7.5. I think that person's being generous to make sure, because I always say if you're going to say what a grade of a book is, better to be lower and it end up being higher than say it's higher and end up being lower. I would honestly say, at least by the front cover, and I'd have to check the whole thing, and I don't want to take this out right now. I would say this is at least an 8.0, if not higher. I mean, I don't see any spine ticks. No, I thought those were color breaks. So let me ask you guys, and you can look it up on eBay. Go on eBay right now. Don't go by what's listed. Go by what has been sold. Look up Avengers 25. So it's Avengers number 25. And look up at least between a 7.5 and an 8.5. Because I really think it's going to be in the mid eights, maybe even a 9. But let's say conservatively an 8.0. Let's go in between. What would you have paid for this book, including shipping and handling and eBay taxes? Put it in the live chat, or you can put it in the comment section once if you're watching this later on. Let's see. Um, Chris Barron says, I agree. If you're going to sell, it definitely says it's a lower grade than you think it is. Yeah, I agree. And I would do that if I'm selling comics because I'd rather people be pleasantly surprised than, incredibly disappointed. Like if I said this was a 9.0 and it came back a 5, somebody'd be pretty mad about that. Like, for example, somebody sold me this book saying that they'd had the tattoos in it, and it doesn't have the tattoos in it. But that's my fault because I didn't check in the right place for those tattoos. So even though they said it had the tattoos and it didn't, that's my bad for not knowing where the real spots were. And I did at some point, but I don't know what happened. I guess getting old, I got brain fart and I forgot where the exact place is. So I should have watched my own video that I did years ago. So in the comment section or in the live section, what would be the highest you would have paid for this book? Now, I paid a little bit higher than that, so I might be a little higher than what people think. So I'm just going to look forward to hoping that if I get this book graded, that's going to be much higher. With shipping and handling and eBay taxes, I paid 107 for this book. So 75 to 80 shipped for this book. Is that what grade is that? Is that a specific grade? We'll find out, but I always appreciate um people looking stuff up. So I bought that a couple of years ago, so the price could have gone down, but we'll see. I think at some point I'm going to get that book graded because I like, especially Silver Age books that are in high grade. And I mean, if this came back in 9, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, the corners, just to show you, not one crease in that corner, no color rub, sharp. And look at this. Look at the corner. Look how sharp that corner is. Look at the edges. And then again, normally, if you're going to see like color break increases, they would be there. There is not one dog ear. James Logan in the house saying Merry Christmas. So this book, I really think, again, I'd have to look at the back of the book and everything. There's no spine roll. There's maybe one or two half an inch spine ticks. I think that could actually even get 8.5 to a 9.2 range. But I guess I'll have to find out if I ever get it ever done. This is a book, probably the value has gone down. And that's what happens. You take the chance sometimes. I'm not sure. I guess you guys will have to look it up. But I bought this in February. Well, at least that's when they shipped it. February of 2023. So going close to 2 years now. They put the cardboard. I always tell people don't assume that a seller knows or cares about how to ship a book properly. So I always ask if they can send it in a box with cardboard protection. As you can see with the first one, they don't always listen, but most of them do, and some of them at least go halfway. And instead of just putting it in a manila envelope, what we all call the manila envelope of death, they at least put the cardboard, and any little bit is just going to help protect it, or at least potentially protect it. So while I'm doing this, if anybody wants to hit the like button or the dislike button, I'll leave it up to you. If you're feeling festive, you can leave the like button. If you're feeling a little Ebenezer Scroogeous, you can hit the dislike button. Either way, it brings traffic to my site, so I appreciate it regardless. This is probably a 9.2. because it has one, two color break increases. So actually, it could be it could go up to a 9.4. This is Batman number 655. This is the first Damian Wayne. Now, also, the reason I bought this, if you guys know me, let's see, Gary Hahn said recent sold 7.5, 330, 8.0, 550, and a 9.0, 660. All right, so Chris, I'm not sure what you saw with the 70, $80, but that's a big difference. So there you go. So it looks like I might have done well. I guess we'll have to find out if I get it graded. Because I was going to say 80 seems pretty low for that book, especially with Doctor Doom. But I mean, there could have been somebody that just was selling it for super cheap. That can happen. But good job regardless. And Super Neil says I would have paid 400 for an 8.0 for the Avengers 25. So I think for 107, I think I got a good deal. I'm gonna maybe not this month, but I think maybe the month after I'm gonna get that book graded because I think the high grade Silver Age are so much rarer that I think it's absolutely warranted to get graded because I'm curious to see what kind of grade that would come out for. So this is a rarer newsstand variant of this book. So if anybody wants to look this up, put in the live chat, or again, if you're watching it later, in the comments section. Batman number 655, the first Damian Wayne, in a newsstand between a 9.2 and maybe even a 9.6. So let's go in the middle. Let's say a 9.4. I'm saying it's between a 9.2 and a 9.6 because there's two. You probably won't be able to see them, but there's two quarter of an inch color break increases. So you can't get a 9.8, but you could get a 9.6. Again, you'd have to look at the back. But especially with it being a newsstand, definitely going to be rare for this. So I'll give people an opportunity and a chance to look this up. But what would you have paid, again, including shipping and handling and taxes? What would you have paid for this book? So Batman 655, newsstand edition, which makes it much rarer. So you make sure you look up newsstand versions of it. And this is probably between a 9.2 and a 9.6. I'd say look up probably a 9.4. What would be the amount you would have paid for this book? So, like the last time, I'll give people a minute or two to check that out and write it down. And then we will go to the next one. But of course, I will reveal the price I paid for it. That's a book I've never owned before. I'm more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan, but I don't hate DC. Um, and when it comes to important characters like Damian Wayne, I keep saying Wayne from the Wayne brothers, but Damian Wayne, especially in a newsstand, I definitely think it is worth it. But of course, it always depends on what somebody's willing to pay for a book. So if people are looking it up, I'll leave that up to them. I paid for this book, including shipping and handling and eBay taxes. I paid a total of $78.32 for that book. So I think, especially for a newsstand, I think that's a good deal on that one, but we shall see. This one, I already took the label off at some point, so I don't know when I bought it, but I can say honestly, it's at least 2 years ago. Actually, no, about a year ago. No, this would be earlier this year, so probably around January or February. Chris says he's got to go. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and I love the fact no one's saying Happy Holidays. I like the fact that everybody's saying Merry Christmas, which is what it should be, unless, of course, you celebrate Kwanzaa or, you know, any other holidays, Hanukkah. But we definitely need to get back to, I never understood, I can understand if somebody wants somebody to say a generic line like Happy Holidays, but I just can't see somebody being offended or upset with somebody's festive holiday greeting that is meant for nothing but positivity. I mean, no one's ever said Merry Christmas as an insult. So I never understood people that got offended. And there actually is a video of Tamil Toe Harris where she's saying, "How dare people say Merry Christmas?" I'm like, really? If your life is that bad or you're that privileged that you're upset with somebody saying Merry Christmas, I mean, come on, find better things to do. All right, so this one I'm going to open up, and I'm sure you'll know why. Now, the prices of this have gone down since I bought it, which is fine, but it also depends on the grade. Looks like easily a 9.0, if not higher. Let's see. Gary Hahn says Batman number 655, 9.4 newsstand. Last sale February 135. All right, so there you go. I paid, what did I pay? $78. So that's under. Of course, I'd have to get it graded, but dealing with PGS and EGS, I don't have to worry about the grading fees other than the $50 for the PGX. Angel Rivera, welcome, says I'd say 110. That would be fair. So there you go. So again, I seem to get under. So deals are always out there. Super Neil says, how do I find previous sales on eBay? There's a section on the left-hand side where you see all the categories. Go to the bottom part of where the categories are, and you'll see sold items. Check that little box, and then all of a sudden you'll see all the prices in green. That's what they sold for. So that's how you find those. So this is New Mutants 87, first appearance of Cable. Now, who knows if he's going to end up in the MCU? I would not be surprised, because especially with Deadpool, and they had him in before, but with the X-Men, especially coming to the MCU, I mean, he's a key factor. We got a newsstand, but wait, there's more. In theory, we'll find out. Now, here's a big thing, especially with Mylars. Take this tape and take it off. You can always replace the tape. You can't replace the comic if it gets caught on the tape and gets screwed up. Now, it does have a non-color break increase all the way up and down. That can be pressed out, no problem. Newsstand Mark Jewelers variant. And the coupons are still there, not written on. Let me just double check the other side. Yep, so nothing has been written. The pages are white. I would say after a pressing, because it has, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There's a couple of wrinkles. You probably won't be able to see it much, but there's a couple of wrinkles there. See right there where the N is in the Mutants? So there. But it's non-color break increase. And there is actually only one. No, that's part of the artwork. There might be one color break increase, but it's like literally a 16th of an inch. There's a tiny little dot of a color rub. There's a little color rub right there. So I would say this is probably between, it's got some color losses here, like a couple of specks. And as you can see, there's a non-color break increase there. That can be pressed out. But there's a couple little specks of color loss. So I'd say this is probably between an 8.5 and a 9.0 after a pressing. No bleed through or anything. Always check the first page on some of these books because you never know if it's signed. But for a Mark Jewelers variant, now, like I said, when I bought this, when I was just start getting into the Mark Jewelers variant, so I didn't really know all the values. So they had it for 325, but I got them down. Oh, no, they had it for on sale. It was a buy it now for 355 best offer. I got them down to 275. So with shipping and handling and taxes, it came out to 299.59. So again, who knows if they use cable again? I think they will. I mean, Cable is very important to the X-Men because he is an X-Men from the future. So who knows what they'll do? But I think, I would be shocked if they don't bring Josh Brolin back because he is under contract, I think, for at least two more movies. So I would not be shocked if he's either in the X-Men or in the future Deadpool movie. So there's definitely potential there, and the idea is to get these when no one's thinking about them. But I think at this time I might have at least either broken even or overpaid for this one. But I don't care when it comes to Mark Jewelers because, as I've said in the past, they are between 5% and 7% of a total print run. And especially in higher grade, they get harder and harder to find. So definitely worth taking the chance on. And those are the books. So I don't want to keep people's time too much, especially with you if you're with family. So I'd love to hear what you think overall. Again, if you want to support me on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/we love comics and you will get your name up on the screen every video I do. And again, if you want more than just your name, if you want me to do, like, for example, you see Scott and Silver Age Surfer, they both have Instagram. If you want me to do a social network or a YouTube channel or something like that, please let me know. Gary Hahn says New Mutants 87, 8.5 last sale in August for 300. So yeah, I paid up 299.59, so about 300. So I'm about what the price is for that book, but I always base things not where they've been, not where they are, but where they're going. And I think there's still room for first appearance of Cable, even though, there will be plenty of people saying, oh, it's not a rare book. Well, a newsstand variant is rarer, and a Mark Julis variant is absolutely rarer. So the idea is when it comes to books like New Mutants 98, New Mutants 87, and other Copper Age keys like that, if you can find newsstand versions of those, and if they have Mark Julis variants on them, I'll get those and then they will not be millions of prints of them. So that's the idea on books like this. Unless you can get like a 9.8 or a signed book, like a Stan Lee signed book, or for example, Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld, because this cover is done by Liefeld and McFarlane. If you can get that dual signed, then the regular version is just as good. I mean, if you could find a 9.8 version, even in the regular version of Stan Lee, Liefeld, and McFarlane signed book, now you're talking a rarer book, even if it's just the regular issue that you can get out of the comic book store. But if you can't find something like that, newsstand is the way to go. And then the Mark Jewelers are even better because they're the rarest of the rare of the three. And then there are certain comics that have a Canadian variant, which also can have some value as well. So that's why I tell people the more you research and the more you learn about things, the more you can find opportunities where many will miss them. So um, that's it. So thank you for those. There's more people here than I thought there would be for Christmas. I'm very happy you spent a moment or two with me. I really appreciate that. For some reason, I've been losing subscribers recently, but hey, you know what? If I have one subscriber, I'm going to be happy. The days of me caring about having thousands of views and thousands of subscribers is long gone. I want quality over quantity. I'd rather have 15 people that want to be here than 1,000 people that want to be here for different reasons, like I used to have. So, to those of you who spent even a moment here, even if you came here just to thumb it down, you could have thumbed down anybody's video. You chose to do mine. So, I'm humbled that you took the time to think about me. So, all of you in the shout out today. So, let me just give a shout out to everybody that's in the live chat. So let me see. We got somebody new. Harrier Man 99, welcome, says Merry Christmas. Thank you for the unboxings. Well, thank you for watching. So, Harrier Man 99, Gary Hahn, Super Neil. Let me scroll up. Angel Rivera, Chris Barron, James Logan, Seeking Superman, the Bronze Page Comics. I think that might be everybody. You're all today's surprise subscriber shoutouts. So basically, if you're not familiar with that is what that is once the video is uploaded in the comment section, you could put a link to of your choice, either to your YouTube channel if you have one, social network if you prefer to do that, or if you have an eBay store or Amazon store and you'd prefer to do a link to one of those, perfectly fine. I'll leave that up to you. Um, has to be for suitable for all audiences. So, in other words, I will not recommend a prank channel, and I will not promote an eBay store that sells adult merchandise. So, as long as it's suitable for all ages, I have no problem with that. Keep in mind, all links will go directly to spam. This keeps spammers and people that put inappropriate links on my channel from having the light of day. So, if you do see a link, it means I did verify it. I did check it. And if you see it there, go click on it, go support our fellow comic book collaborators, and let's show the community what this support is all about. So let me know what you think about the AI art. Once again, let's give our shout out a shout out. Join my Patreon at patreon.com/we love comics. And if we can get 10 more people, I got giveaways that I want to give away, and I'll do it every month. No minimum to enter, but you'll get one entry for every $2 that you put in. And if you have any of these books and want to do a trade, contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com and make it happen. So thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whether you're leaving a family party or about to head to one, whether you are at work right now or whether you're by yourself. Just know that if somebody out there is thinking about you, then you are not forgotten and you are loved. So keep that in mind. Stay happy today and just appreciate whatever you have, because sometimes, it takes that to just realize that we're all special and amazing in our own way. So have a wonderful rest of your holiday, and don't forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Have a great day, everybody, and once again, don't forget to have your Grinch spayed or neutered. Have a wonderful night, everybody.